What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today we are making a Fall Guys video. We have uploaded some Fall Guys in the past, but that's just been funny moments and some wins. Today I'm going to be showing you how we get those wins and some tips and tricks you can use to guarantee you that you could get a win in your next couple of games with these tips and tricks. So I'll be showing you what I use on each map to get ahead of everyone else to qualify. So yeah, we'll get into the first map and I'll show you what you can do. Okay, so first map is Hit Parade. To be completely honest, we don't really use much. The only thing I could tell you is it's kind of a trick. I'll show you when I get to it. Keep in mind that the door does open at the back as well, so when this closes you can get at the edges. A lot of people don't know about that. But for here, I just stay to the left side or right, doesn't really matter. There is only two of these things that can hit you. That one right there. And when you get here, just go up along the left or right side. Whatever one, because you won't get hit by them little moving things. And you are likely to qualify from doing this. It's a pretty easy race. Chances of you failing this race, especially for the very first obstacle, is very low. But yeah. So that's the only really thing that I do for that one. Okay, the next map is Rollout. Again, there's not really any tips or tricks I can tell you. This is a very easy one. I don't think I've ever went out once on this before. Obviously, stick to a platform that has the bigger, platform, obviously. So, here as well, if I have a gap and there's a wall, I usually dive over like this, to get me a little bit of room to think about what I'm going to do next. And of course, just take your time, move slowly, try to rush it. That's how you fall. If someone grabs you, the chances of you going off are pretty low. So just keep that in mind. And yeah, the two end ones, so this blue one and the blue one on the far end, they're usually the ones that have the bigger platforms. So I like to kind of stay near them. Or if I'm moving across, I like to get over there as quick as I can. But still take your time. And just stay near the back too. Because these platforms are really long and you can just sit and move like this the whole way. Because as you can see, these blue platforms are really long. So yeah. And again, I can dive over here. Think about what I'm going to do next. Take my time. See this one here, move on to this. And it's really that simple, guys. It starts to speed up, but again, just take your time, stay on the outsides. Just keep moving along these two. Does get easy. And these last two always tend to go pretty slowly as well. So the blues on each side, they usually do go pretty slowly. So that's why I avoid the middle. The middle's really fast. So there we go. It's very easy. I actually haven't failed this one once. So yeah, that's all I do to complete that one. So let's move on to the next one. Okay, so the next one is Gate Crash. This race is another race that actually can be really easy if you know the way that the gates come up and down. So I'll try my best to explain this. If you start near the front, so here is probably not the best way to go. But if I start in the front, I would usually go straight for the middle, because it is the last gate. There we go, I still made it. It's the last gate usually. So yeah, if you see a gate go up, just wait for it to go down. These ones here, the middle ones never stop. The two left, on the one on the left and the right, always do stop. And for this, obviously you go for the one that's up. It'll start to come down by the time you're going down to it. And yet again, it's another easy qualifier. So yeah, nothing, again, not a map that I would usually use tricks on. It's just you need to know the gate times, the timing for each gate, the ones that go up and down. It's that simple. So yeah, let's move on to the next one. Okay, so the next map is Perfect Match. This is the one where you just have to remember what fruit is on which block and stand on it to avoid falling to your death. But this one, yet again. You just need to memorize every single bit. The first 2 rounds are very easy, it's just the last round you need to worry about. So I usually stand on one, which is I'm standing on watermelon, and the only other one is cherry. So I know there's a cherry to my left, and I'm on a watermelon right now, so yeah. I'm going to stand here and wait. And I'm on a watermelon, so I'm going to stay here. For the next one, okay, I'm on a watermelon again. There's a banana to my left. Apple there. I want to stand on the grape actually, just because it's a bit easier. So I usually talk into myself. So I'm on a grape, watermelon, apple, banana, grape. Okay, so I'm on a grape right now. It's really not that hard. If you're good at memorizing things, this should be very easy for you. Okay, so watermelon, grape, banana, watermelon, grape, banana, watermelon, grape, banana, orange, apple, watermelon, grape, banana. Okay, so I'm on a watermelon again. Just lost a lot of people. But yeah, that one's just really simple. It's, as long as you know and memorize things very well, then you should be absolutely fine at this. But yeah, we'll just move on to the next map now. Okay, so the next map is Rock and Roll. This map really just involves teamwork. Avoid, don't stick to one side of the wall and don't push it along that wall because it will slow you down completely. So when you get over this first barrier, you just avoid them bumps. I know it's hard when your team's not really doing what you want them to do, because you can't really communicate with them. But if people know what they're doing, they'll try and avoid these bumps. See, a lot of teams usually go like this along the wall and push it along the wall, but that does take valuable time out. But if you're all pushing it, it can go quick, really. It just depends on the team you're in. And you want to avoid that wall because it always gets stuck along this side. As you see, our team is just, well, pushing it back. Our team's not even pushing the ball anymore. So I'm going to try and step in. And again, I'm not an insane player. I've only won 7 games. I'm not really that good. But I know a decent bit of the game to know some tricks on each map. So as you can see, the reds are done. If your whole team decides to push the ball, you can beat anyone who's trying to block it. So like this, you just jump at the ball. As you can see, we have qualified. As long as it hits this slope, you've basically qualified. So yeah, it's that easy. But if your whole team pushes the ball, if someone's trying to block it, you will get that ball over them. It's a lot of the time, around 90% of the time. No one's stopping you. So yeah, okay. Fall Mountain. The final that I hate the most. I've won it maybe twice. And especially with this much people, you have a very low chance of winning it. But I will show you what I do, nonetheless, to try and win. So for the start, I usually go up the middle. If you go left or right, it's just going to kind of take some time because you need to turn a lot. But hopefully a ball hits here. And you want to try and get this to boost you. If not, it's fine. I usually step the right or left side. Doesn't really matter. Okay, I've just been hit already. And I always stick to the right side. So if you're coming up to these, if you're on the right or left side, it's so easy to get past them, like that. You just walk past. And the same with these. Okay, my person's failed. You just stick to the side, and you should be fine. But of course I'm not going to win because, yeah, a bit too late to it. But them spinny things are the only things that cause me problems. I stick to the right or left, where there's only one spinning, and you can literally just walk through it. It's that easy. But yeah, that's definitely an easy way to do it. But yeah, let's move on to the next map and show you what we can do. Okay, a map that I can actually show you what to do on this one. DoorDash. So, the trick on this one is not to go first. What I do is, I'll show you in a little second here, I usually sit middle and let other people do it, but I'll see where I start. Okay, so I'm nowhere near the front, I think I'm near the back. So yeah, this is perfect. This is where you want to be. I just walk to the side, stay near the middle, let people go in front of you, When a door opens, make sure you dive through it, because if you just try and jump, your player's going to get thrown somewhere else and knock it through the door most likely. So I always dive through each door. And yet again, you just follow everyone. This dude at the front seems to know what he's doing. Okay, this dude at the front is hacking. Nah, I'm joking. He's just getting very lucky. Okay, or is he? Because you can get hacks, but I don't understand if... Bruh! He guessed every single door. That man had to be hacking. But anyway, that's what I do. I just stay behind a small group of people, usually stand there in the middle. If a door opens, you dive through it. Don't just try and jump, because your player will get ragdolled, and it will be really annoying if you're really stuck at one door. But yeah, so dive through it just to make sure you actually get through. And yeah, that's how I qualify for that one. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, so the next map is going to be Tiptoe. This one, yet again, the only trick I have is for this is to follow the crowd. But when I do start, I always dive forward. I always just take a random guess and dive. I always try to land in the middle as well. So I'm going to stick to here. I'm going to dive forward. Okay. Okay, if not, you can just go ahead. But if you get to here, usually I just take a random dive. As you can see, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. No way. Imagine I'd have done that. But yeah, sometimes it randomly works, but just stick with a group of people, usually a group that's up near the top, and you stay close, because again, only a short number of people usually qualify on these, and you can just randomly get it sometimes. So right here, as you can see, if you stick to a group, you are most likely going to qualify if you're very close to the group. Just make sure no one pushes you off. Don't let anyone bully you off the platform. If you do and it's near the end, usually means you're not going to qualify. So you just stay in between the group, let them do most of the work, and when they find the path, you dive in front of people and you make that jump across. Just try and qualify. It's that easy. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. Oh, here we are, Hexagon Final. This one is one I win most of my finals on. So I will try my best to get a win and try and show what I do. But when I start, I don't waste my time by jumping onto them. What I do is I land below and individually jump onto each one. Usually you see a lot of people running like that. That's just going to waste your platform very quickly. You take your time and you jump on one at a time. And if you see a gap below, well, I usually try and get across to like something like this, the blue below me. As you can see, there's plenty down here. And what you do is you jump on one each time. It's very slow and it's time efficient, so you can literally just do this. And you just stay. And each time, usually, okay, so a lot of people do tend to rush, but if you take your time, jump onto each one. Again, a lot of people do that, but just find off your own wee area. Even if someone tends to block off your path, there usually is somewhere else to go. So as you can see, he's trying to block off my path. I can just go here and get right across and move back down towards here where I think no one's going to go. So as you can see, there's no one down here at the minute. But you never know. Just take your time on this one. Jump to each one. Really, it's that simple. Sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. It's just luck mostly. So take your time, look below you, see how much is below you. As you can see, taking my time on these ones. He's going to try to do that, so I'm going to try and block him off right now. Okay, never mind. Yeah, so if you land on 3, it's really a bad idea. Just try and land on 1. But yeah, just try and stick to your ones. Just keep jumping slowly. Take your time. Usually isn't too hard. And the lower amount of people there is, the more of a chance you're going to win. But yeah, it's really down to luck and just keep trying. You'll get your win eventually. So let's move on to the next map. Okay, so a map I actually wanted to do, the Whirlygig. This one has the most tricks that I know of, and it's really easy. This one, it's hard to fail this one. But so to the start. These first little spinny ones, I avoid the first one, so I jump over the first one here and always go to the right side. I don't know why, it's just I always choose the right side. And so yeah, I jump over them, and then for this one I let it hit me because it will basically knock you right forward. Right for here, this little belt, if you time it right and jump at the end and dive, you can clear that whole ledge. So yep, this one, obviously you can stay right in the sweet gap, you can just walk down and fall through. For this bit, all you want to do, stick to the left side, try and get as left as you can, and you will just find a little slot to go down. Obviously for here, you want to jump and dive across. There you go. And it's really hard not to qualify on this. I think it's harder not to qualify than it is to qualify. But yeah, usually the wee conveyor belt that shoots you forward, you can jump over that entire ledge, that's the big boost. To get ahead of a lot of people. And then that spinny thing there, you stick to the left side. The right side usually hits you off. The left side you'll have more success rate. So just try and get as left as you can, almost to the point where you're falling off, and you will get down a little gap there. And it's pretty easy. So yeah. Okay guys, so that is all for today. I hope you guys liked some of the tips and tricks I showed you. I didn't get most of the maps that I actually wanted to get, but if you want a part 2, just leave a like, and if it gets to a certain amount of likes, I will do a part 2 on the maps that I actually wanted to do. But there, I still do think there is some good tips and tricks in there that you can use. So yeah, if you guys liked it, leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.